Trump's legal team says, quote, he is the presumptive Republican nominee and the leading candidate for president of the United States. The American people, not courts or election officials, should choose the next president of the United States.
Fox's Brooke Singman reporting no issue in Nevada where it's caucus day for Republicans. Donald Trump, the only name to consider. Nikki Haley chose to run in state's primary on Tuesday. Her campaign claims the caucuses are rigged for the former president. Rescuers still searching for 5 Marines after locating their helicopter in a California forest east of San Diego. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Okay, so when is right now? It's now, right? Is that it?
I think that's what it means.
Oh, we're trying to get this stuff together here this morning. Good morning, I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
Are you sure?
I don't know. It's been one of those mornings.
It has been a kind of a confusing period of time, I guess, around here. And I guess nationwide, just listening to Fox News right there, and I'm like, what in the world are we doing? Should the Supreme Court, 9 justices, decide who the next president is?
Should be the American people.
No, that's not what people want. That's not what some people want.
Who?
Well, the anti-Trumpers. And there's a bunch of them.
Oh, I know there's a whole lot
all
of
Democrats,
anti-Trumpers.
number one,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of Republicans, and then we don't know how many independents like me.
There's a lot of people that don't like Trump.
They don't like him. And but who should decide who the next president is going to be? Why should there be these legal battles going on? Somebody needs to help me out with this one.
Well, I just think if you start letting individuals other than the people decide an election, you're setting a precedent.
When you take 300 million people we have in this country, thereabout.
Yeah.
I don't know how many voters there are. But if you let 9 people, the majority of 9 people decide whether Trump's name is going to be on the ballot or not, we have a problem.
We have a huge problem.
Well, I think if the U.S. Supreme Court would just meet and decide what meets the clause and conditions of the 14th Amendment, Article 3, insurrection, get that done and
He
over
hasn't been
with.
convicted of anything.
Right, but a lot of this is the state courts are making their doing their interpretation.
Yeah.
All right, come on, U.S. Supreme Court, put it out there. What are we going to do?
Yep.
And let the states follow.
Do not let the states make that decision. This is
Right.
a presidential election, so a nationwide vote. Whether he's elected or not,
Right.
personally, I would not want him to be elected. That's just me.
And
But
this,
I want him to be able to run.
this insurrection was this alleged insurrection was how many years ago?
2021.
And we're just now. I mean, the past 6 months has been nothing but arguments.
Well, that's because he's the front runner.
That's right.
On the
Because it's
Republican
election
side.
time.
Nikki Haley couldn't even win without him on the on the ticket. And where was that? Utah? Yeah.
Iowa?
Yeah.
No, Utah.
No, I think it was Utah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
just,
she was
just
on the
recently.
ticket. He was not on the ticket there. And she lost to none of the above.
I mean, Trump is
Whatever.
already projected to sweep Nevada, and I don't know. This is
It's just totally ridiculous.
what about the youth of our day now? Our youth watching all this. This is crazy.
They don't. First of all, they don't understand. They don't take it anymore. Civics is gone. But so this is what their learning curve is going to be about what is happening in the news. And holy mackerel, they're in trouble. Our future's in trouble.
I agree.
So-
Attitudes and respect and so many things that we were taught as youth
Yeah,
gone out the window.
totally. One and done. The flu is a problem. The number of people, including children, who are dying from this year's strain of the flu continues to increase. So far this season, 232 have died. In all of last year, 196 died. This is in North Carolina. 26 died in the last week. 143 deaths involve adults 65 and older. 10 children have died from the flu, 6 of those between 5 and 17, 4 under the age of 5
Mhm.
have died from the
sad,
flu
yeah.
Mhm.
in North Carolina.
I have a friend right now that's going through the flu. Oh, she's rough.
Did she get her flu shot?
I do not know. I cannot say yes or no.
Hmm.
But it's hit her hard.
Those that I've heard of who've been. Now, the flu shot does not cover all strains. Reduce your symptoms in pretty much all strains. You won't be hit as hard. It's like COVID. It doesn't stop you from getting COVID, whatever the latest strain is, but it does reduce your chances of dying.
Right.
As we've seen in this latest version of COVID, we don't hear about a whole lot of deaths, do we? More people are dying from flu.
Mhm.
Get your dang shots, people. If you're an anti-vaxxer, okay, take your chances. Don't
But also stay home when you're sick.
and don't
That's
hurt,
the
don't
thing.
hurt your kids or the elderly.
Yeah.
65 and older are that's the target group for this strain. You get sick, you get the flu, and then you go and hug grandpa.
Oh,
Mhm. Or you just go out in public and
And he
just do
dies.
whatever or go to
And
work.
And he or she dies. So
Yeah.
grandpa or grandma, they die.
Mhm.
How's that make you feel? Because you
Well,
gave it to them.
when I had never had a flu shot in my life and never had the flu. But
I did one time back in the 60s, and I don't
well,
want it again.
I've been taking a flu shot ever since I started becoming the caretaker for my dad
Mhm.
and my mom. And, they were elderly and I didn't want to be the one to bring them the flu.
Mm.
So it was up to me and my sister, of course, to help keep her parents, healthy
Safe.
and safe. So I started taking it.
Yeah.
I had no reactions. Everything is good.
Yep.
But I just felt it was necessary to help protect them.
Coming up this morning at 7:30, we got our doctor going to be
We
in the
do,
house.
yes.
Dr. Abrams said
Yes.
it's a stand up and show it off. There you go.
It's American Heart Month.
It is.
Lee is wearing her heart
Mhm.
on her
On
shirt,
not on my sleeve, but on my shirt.
on your shirt.
Mhm.
It's American Heart Month, and our cardiologist, Kelly, and my cardiologist, I will grant him a HIPAA waiver for me,
Mhm.
so he can tell anything he wants
Well,
to.
he always has HIPAA waiver for me. So,
Right,
yeah,
so,
yeah,
yeah.
he knows.
But anyway, just we're going to chat with him. You
Mm-hmm.
you folks will be able to call in if you so desire,
He's an
and
amazing
ask
doctor.
him some questions. He is an amazing doctor.
Mhm.
I just I had a cardiologist in Wilmington after I had a heart attack in
Mhm.
1999. I'd go see him for follow-ups, and I'd have 3 to 4 minutes with him. I had a cardiologist here, 3 to 4, 5 minutes at the most
Mhm.
with him.
Not this one.
Oh, no. I'm healthy, basically,
Mm-hmm.
according to him, with my heart.
Mhm.
And he says, but he spends 20, 30, 40 minutes with me
Mhm.
this week. 40 minutes.
He listens to all my nonsense. So
Yeah, he listened to
y'all
mine
need
too.
to give that man a medal for that. Yeah, he's an awesome doctor.
So anyway, he's going to be in
Yeah.
the studios here with us this morning. So if you've got a question, ring us up
Mhm.
at that time. So we'll find out what's going on.
Yeah.
2 men and a woman have been sentenced in connection with a fentanyl overdose in Pamlico County. You get ready for an opinion from me this morning.
Ew.
The death of Megan Gaylord happened in June of 2022. Emergency responders answered a call at a Grantsboro house and were unable to revive the victim because she was dead and had been dead for quite some time. In a story filed by WITN, the investigation showed that 39-year-old Matthew Dunham of Grantsboro had arrived home that night to find Gaylord suffering from a fentanyl overdose inside a bedroom in the house. Police said that Dunham waited about an hour before calling his neighbors, 58-year-old Mitchell Sadler and 42-year-old Christina Sadler, who came to the home to help Dunham. Police say, get ready for this, police say that Mitchell Sadler and Dunham removed narcotics and drug paraphernalia from the house, but did not call 911 until after Gaylord had passed away. You
What
got
in
that.
the world?
Police say that they put Gaylord's clothes on her, moved her body into the living room, and propped it in a recliner where it was found by responding deputies and EMS personnel.
Wait, this is like Weekend at Bernie's.
Mhm.
This is worse. Police arrested Dunham and the Sadlers, charging all three in Gaylord's death. Dunham
Oh.
pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter and received the highest available sentence of 36 to 53 months. Who made that deal with him?
Exactly.
36 to 53 months after the state filed a notice of aggravating sentencing factor, claiming that Dunham was the leader of that threesome. Mitchell Sadler pleaded guilty to felony obstruction of justice and was sentenced to 24 months of supervised probation
Oh,
and as a
please.
condition of probation for 4 months in custody.
What?
4 months.
Who was the?
Christina Sadler pleaded guilty to misdemeanor obstruction of justice and was given a probationary sentence and she walked. Each was ordered to pay $3,595 in restitution as part of their sentences. How many more people have to die before this country shuts down the southern border? That's where the fentanyl comes from.
No.
No, everybody knows it. Everybody says it. Everybody admits it. Even the idiot liberals admit it.
Mhm.
People are falling every day. How many body bags being paraded around the White House, Congress, and the Delaware House of President Biden will it take before somebody stands up and says enough is freaking enough? With a lack of stiff penalties, with virtually no enforcement of the laws we already have, you can expect more deaths. There will be more today. How many died last year?
112,000, like three
Didn't
or
change.
600. Yeah, it was
112,000 in this country died.
over 112,000.
Over
but
112,000 died.
Yes.
If we had that many kids being killed with handguns,
Oh, they'd
there
be.
would be an outcry.
I don't know what would even be happening.
They would be
Yeah.
screaming
Yeah.
from the top of the Statue of Liberty.
Yep.
When COVID killed so many people, the average life expectancy dropped. Did you know that? The average life went down during the COVID years.
Sure, it did.
Okay.
Mhm.
I predict, put this on your book, put it on your calendar. I predict that within another couple of years, with so many young people dying, this lady was 30 something, with so many young people dying from fentanyl, it will continue to drop.
Mhm.
We're going to be back where we were in 1935
Yep.
before long.
Mhm.
The Senate yesterday failed to pass a supplemental spending agreement that included aid for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, as well as an ambitious border security and immigration package that drew widespread opposition from conservative Republicans in both chambers since it was released on Monday. The vote was 49 to 50. It needed 60 votes to pass along party lines, except 5 Democrats who voted. 4 Republicans voting yes. Senate Majority Leader also voted against it as a procedural move to allow it to be reconsidered at a future time. Now, hold on to your drawers. The $118 billion political package included $60 billion for Ukraine, $14 billion for Israel, aid to Taiwan and humanitarian assistance to Gaza, and $20 billion in measures to tackle the ongoing crisis at the southern border. It came in response to a White House supplemental funding request submitted to Congress late last year. At the core of the border package was an emergency border authority to mandate Title 42 style expulsions of migrants when migration levels exceed 5,000 a day over a 7-day rolling average. It also would narrow asylum eligibility while expediting the process from years to months, provide immediate work permits for asylum seekers, and fund a massive increase in staffing at the border and more immigration judges. It also includes increased numbers of green cards, extra funding for NGOs, and cities receiving migrants. Get that? $650 million for border wall funding, and $450 million for countries to take back and resettle illegals that we ship to them. Okay. Let me get before I blow a gasket. We, the taxpayers, would provide $60 billion to Ukraine, 3 times as much as we would earmark to sort of secure the border. It ain't going to secure the border, what they're proposing. That's not going to do anything. The expulsions of illegals would only occur after migration levels exceed 5,000 per day over a 7-day average. We can let the first 5,000 through per day.
Why?
Who thought this through? We need to stop all illegal immigration into this country. So, in case you missed it, would also include increases in the number of green cards issued. It would also provide lots of money to cities where migrants end up. New York's going to be laughing their butts
people
off.
are starting to protest. They don't want them. I saw that briefly on the news yesterday. Yeah.
And ready for this? We, the taxpayers, would fund countries. We would fund countries like El Salvador, Venezuela, and China. We would fund cities in those areas, those countries in those areas where the illegals came from, to the tune of $450 million.
Why are we funding China at all?
We would fund them to take their people back.
Yeah. Oh, you mean give them money and say, come get your people? And
No,
take them
we send them back. We fly them back.
Okay.
And then they will take our money,
right,
my money, your money, and they would resettle them. And then encourage them to come back across the border.
I was going to say, they're going to come right back.
So they get some more money.
Yeah.
What a crock. Yes, there's $650 million for border wall funding, something that Biden stopped his first day in office, so therefore he should take that out of his salary. Since that time, millions of illegals has swarmed into this country. We could spend billions just rounding them up and send them back to across the border. No, what we will do is pay for their rides to the countries of origin, then pay those countries to take them back. Who is in charge?
Please don't make me
we need a
answer that.
do-over. We just need a flat do-over.
We need to talk about puppy dogs or something.
You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME, weather's next, and then we've got a special guest in the studio. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer, your host for Sports Talk. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., we'll have our Super Bowl preview episode. We'll have Coach Bob Sanders, former defensive coordinator of the Green Bay Packers and other teams. As our guests, we'll have co-host Ashley Mosley, co-host Robert Farley, and myself, Chris Rainer, Friday morning at 9 a.m. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Get Ahead at Work.
It's simple. Just ask for a meeting with your supervisor. While you're discussing the latest sales reports, just slip into the conversation that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Whoa! The business savvy you showed saving hundreds of dollars on home insurance will have you running seminars on saving money in no time.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal mates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. You're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Great Gas and Oil Company, and of course, Wismart and Chappie's Chicken, located at 4111 Gum Branch Road, right here in Jacksonville, and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert, has all you need when it comes to convenience for gas, cold beverages, and a great selection for quick pickup essentials. Enjoy fresh, not frozen, delicious meals at Chappie's Chicken, located inside Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road, and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert. So if you're in a hurry, get it all: gas, ice cold beverages, convenience store items, and delicious, fresh, not frozen, Chappie's Chicken at Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road, Jacksonville, and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Hey, we're back. Boats, and more boats. Tideline Marine in Jacksonville has 5 pontoon boats, luxurious Aloha pontoons in stock right now. If you've never been up close to one of those boats, do yourself a favor, stop in at Tideline just for a look-see, if nothing else. The construction is different than on most pontoons. It's meant to last. And when I say luxurious, the seats are plush enough for any home. Not only are there pontoons, Tideline carries the line of Lund fishing boats like the Alohas. They're built for the discriminating fishermen. They are perfect for the intercoastal, all the way to the shallow backwaters and creeks of the White Oak and New Rivers. And if you fish, you know that's where the Reds and Specks hang out. If you're a near shore or a blue water kind of guy like me, check out the center console fiberglass Aqua Sports, another top-of-the-line fishing boat that lets you get to where the big fish like to play. Tideline Marine and Family, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. High pressure will continue to build overhead today, bringing fair weather to the eastern part of the state through the end of the week and into the beginning of the weekend. If you're one of those, fear not, cold temperatures will return with chances for unsettled weather next week. Small craft advisory is in effect through tonight. Offshore today, winds going to be out of the northeast at 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to 5 to 10 this afternoon, seas 4 to 6. 2 to 3 near shore. Dominant period 10 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon. Seawater temperature in the surf is about 51, 52 degrees, and offshore, depending upon where you are, in the upper 50s. Southwesterly winds tomorrow, 5 to 10 knots. Seas 2 to 4. Dominant period 7 seconds. Tomorrow is a decent day. Sounds and rivers a light chop. Saturday, southwesterly winds again 10 to 15, increasing though 15 to 20 with gusts of 25 in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5, possibly going to build a little bit. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, becoming choppy in the afternoon.
Today, mostly sunny, high of 58. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 37. Tomorrow, between sunrise and 8 a.m., there will be patchy fog, so be careful with kids on the school buses. Otherwise, partly sunny, high of 64. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low of 48, and Saturday looks amazing. Partly sunny, a high of 74. It'll be gusty, but nobody cares. So
I do.
I do not. It's going to be
that just makes the waves higher.
up to 18 mile an hour. It's going to be 74 over. It's going to feel amazing.
I'll go outside and take a nap.
I'm going to work in my yard.
Well, if you run out of things to do, come on over here.
Okay.
Robbie can put you to work.
Oh, I know she can. I've seen her in action.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Always. And anyway, our special guest in this, I haven't seen him since Monday. Yeah, he was hanging around, and I went over there. And actually, I got in early. I thought I'd sit down and relax a bit. They actually took me.
Oh, they're good about that.
10 minutes early.
Mhm.
When I checked in,
They're good about
suddenly
that.
I was in the office, and I was hooked up to all sorts of machines, like blood pressure cuff and all that.
Yeah.
Dr. Abrams.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina East.
Yep.
Pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, right here in Jacksonville.
Yes.
All from Jacksonville to New Bern to Pollocksville, wherever.
Wherever, but I'm here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I like that. I don't have to drive
I don't
anywhere
have to go
else.
far too either.
Just drop
Important for our community, and that's one of the things we do.
We don't have a whole lot of heart doctors hanging around anymore for whatever reason.
Older folks, and they get older and time to step aside. And cardiology is a specialty these days and a lot of demand, as you can probably guess. As the population gets older and things happen.
Well, this happened to me. And first of all, I'm going to waive all of my HIPAA rights. So anything you want to say is cool with me. And I think Kelly feels the same way.
Yeah, I don't care what he says about me.
But anyway,
that's the right way
Dr.
to
Evans,
be.
you and I need to talk.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is Heart Month, American Heart Month.
Yes.
So that's one of the reasons we wanted to get you in here anyway. And as it worked out, the timing was perfect. Hearts are an essential part of our bodies. They keep you alive.
Yes.
Or they let you die. And there are many things that people can do to improve the conditions of their hearts. And one of them is by not doing stuff that hurts you, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So let's talk about that just a little bit. What should people do? I know we have a lot of heart issues in the country. I guess that's one of the leading causes of death, right?
Yes, actually, one of the really, I think, important things involved here is that particularly we have lovely ladies here that actually heart disease is the #1 killer of women.
Yes.
And I think that's I think that's a fact that maybe is forgotten or ignored. And we're wearing red that way. I think those of you who know, if you take a look at my left lapel, I have a little red dress for women's hearts, and it's really kind of important. There are a lot of women, and they behave differently and things like that. I mean, of course, you can write that down, but they present differently sometimes, and we're very aggressive. We take it very seriously, that way. But in general, there's certainly there are a lot of things that we can do. We like to call them lifestyle modifications, and you can kind of guess some of the things that you shouldn't do.
Food.
Well, unfortunately, we're below the Mason-Dixon line here, and some of the food stuffs are not the best. We're all guilty.
Gravy.
Oh, delicious! But other than that as well, what was the big crop in North Carolina? We grew tobacco. Yeah, exactly. And it's really horrible. But it's interesting. I had been in Pennsylvania for a while, and it was funny. Banging the table. Look, you got to stop smoking. You've got to work out a little bit. But the smoking business never seemed to work. Even people that had events. Heart attacks, diabetes, these kind of things. You know what made them quit? It's really kind of funny.
Yeah.
Money.
Oh.
Money. Well, that too, but money. It was amazing. The prices went like from $2.25 a pack, and then when they became $3, and
no.
I have no idea what they are now. $10 a pack. But
I don't know.
People still smoke.
I remember.
We bang the table.
I remember in the early 70s, you could buy a 10-pack of cigarettes for $1.50. That's 15 cents a pack.
We can't do that now. The
Wow.
cartons
I
are
know
like
that.
almost $100 or some
Wow.
crazy amount. It's something
Yeah.
ridiculous.
But people still smoke.
Yeah, that was the thing that really certainly helped out. We talk about movement. They're talked about 10,000 steps. I've got good news for you. They've adjusted the number to 8,000. So there you go.
Woohoo, I'm closer.
I bet.
That's
I
better.
bet. A ball of energy.
Mhm.
So I bet that you're closer. But
Mhm.
and one of the things we talk about with exercise, and interesting, kind of think about this for a moment. We talk about 150 minutes of exercise. And one of the proposals or ideas that has been thrown around is, hey, we're all couch potatoes on the weekend, company. Well, I try to hit the ball, as I told you, but exercise for 45 minutes a day on the weekend, 45 times 2, that's 90. That means you only have to do 20 minutes 3 times during the week. sort of take an opposite approach from what maybe we've done, vegetating on the couch. It's just an interesting idea. So we talk about movement. We've talked about weight. That's a very important thing. Every bit makes a difference. And then, we'll talk about sort of the medical things, and that really is blood pressure. Diabetes is huge. And these are huge things. And then we talk about cholesterol. These are things that probably need a little more help with it than just what we can do at home. We have 140 blood pressure medicines. We have a whole bunch of ways to lower cholesterol. And the diabetic stuff, you can't look at the news now with what's going on in the diabetic realm with these drugs that are doubling as some weight loss drugs. It's kind of incredible what's going on. These are marvelous medicines. And I even call these the people are benefiting from our technology, not just the ability to do open heart surgery or do stenting or do devices or things like that.
Got that t-shirt.
Yes, yes, for sure. So it's just kind of I think it's a real, we're sort of on the edge of a little bit of a new frontier. But again, the same old story. You can take a guess that cost is going to be a huge issue. We talk about that with almost everything, and it's kind of a shame. Physicians, and certainly we are on the pushing edge of saying, hey, a bunch of these medicines are being discussed with the government, trying to have Medicare negotiate, get cheaper prices. We have all kinds of guidelines, but it's extraordinarily difficult to have somebody on guideline therapy if their insurance, kind of leaves them high and dry, or if the cost is so much. It's really a difficult thing. I don't know who can afford some of the things, to be honest. And that's a shame.
We've discussed that a lot, and it is a shame. As far as weight loss, I lost 32 pounds now since my quadruple a little over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because I was trying to. It's because I just wasn't as hungry as I used to be. And I do sit down and eat a bag of chips. Don't do that. I don't think we have any chips in the house right now. There are certain things that I just don't do, and it just, habits.
Yeah, I think so. It's funny you said about chips. I think, and I'm guilty, but I thought a helpful tip or statement was that men, and I'm sorry, ladies, again, men seem to have an easier time losing some weight sometimes. I know you
I agree with that.
Yeah, you guys hate us for that, but that's okay. They actually pointed out that a man who eliminates chips from their diet probably can lose around 12 to 14 pounds in a year without doing another thing. Isn't that crazy?
That was not a problem. I did, and I didn't miss it.
Yeah.
I have occasionally I'll have a craving for one of those greasy chips, but get a small bag.
Like one of those little teeny bags.
And then I let my wife eat most of it, and I eat a few of it, and I'm done with it.
Yeah. It's I think it's really interesting. I think that there are a lot of little opportunities in all of these preventive things, these improvement in our lifestyle, lifestyle modifications that add up. Yeah. This is one where 1 and 1 makes 4. I think it's kind of interesting. I think we have
a caller might have a question too for you. Good morning. Who's this?
Phil.
Hey, Phil. How are you?
Hey, Phil.
Good. I've had. They said that it wasn't heart attack because I had stents placed. They said it's like a false heart attack. But reason why I'm asking is because I asked the doctor last time and he didn't really give me an answer that whatnot. I had 2 heart tasks done within about 3-4 years apart. The last one was done last year and everything. And he didn't really give me no explanation why it's happening.
Is there such a thing as a false heart attack, Dr. Avery?
Never
heard of that. Is that a thing?
Well, there are heart attacks that involve really the whole piece of the heart wall or heart muscle or total blockage of a blood vessel. That's a little bit different than, I like to call it a warning event, but an event nevertheless. There really is no such thing as a false heart attack. undoubtedly, if you've got stents, sir, you've certainly had real things, and most likely you had an abnormality of some of the blood tests that really were a warning.
Troponin level
Yes,
kept going up
that's it.
both times.
Yep, that's a real thing. That's a real thing, and we've learned about that because in the good old days, and they weren't good, but a long time ago, the only thing we really saw is if we saw big changes on what's called the EKG and throughout the whole wall or throughout the whole blood vessel. So not really false, you have the real thing, but unfortunately the question comes up and I don't know that anybody can really answer it. And you asked it, why is this happening? You're doing the things we were just kind of talking about before with, controlling those risks.
I've lost over 100 pounds.
God bless.
That works.
Great job.
Yeah.
Phil.
Sure. That's
I used to
helpful.
weigh 499.
Oh, God bless.
And 380.
Yeah. But that's really good.
I used to drink Dr. Pepper like it was going out of style.
Well,
chips.
Yeah. All the bad things, but we still don't know exactly why these things happen. That we can't answer what necessarily triggers that. But again, we know what you're doing, trying to help with your blood sugar, blood pressure, cholesterol, lipids, if you're on those sorts of things.
I'm on cholesterol medicine, blood pressure medicine,
all the good stuff.
Yeah, everything that they recommend.
Yeah.
But one heart, I go to Carolina East, so one heart doctor I really liked, he's no longer with Carolina East.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've lost a few
competitors there in New Bern. Are you accepting new patients?
Me personally, here in Jacksonville, of course.
And I highly recommend him.
I
He's my
recommend him
doctor
too.
and he's Rayford's doctor. I highly recommend him. Yes, highly.
We try hard and we're happy to provide service. When I drive to another area, just a comment in general for whatever it is, I go, man, I wish we could do more things in Jacksonville. I mean, it's a long way to go from here to Wilmington. It's a long way to go to New Bern, although
Yes, it
certainly
is.
not difficult these days.
I know it's been several years ago. Carolina East had a thing. They did heart casts at Alzheimer's Memorial, but they had to do a stint when they had to be transferred to Carolina East.
Yeah, I was not with the
That
group
has
at that time. I had heard it was an experiment that was tried with the cooperation that didn't work especially well.
Nope, did not.
Alrighty.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Phil.
Hey, Phil, thank you. Give them a call and get yourself an
Yeah,
appointment.
tell me you want Dr. Abrams. Yes.
Take care, sir.
And I'll say one thing about Dr. Abrams. He listens, trust me, he listens to your nonsense. I will say that right off the bat because he listens to mine every time we go. But he doesn't do unnecessary tests.
No.
I had my rheumatologist. We won't go into names, but anyway, he's not my friend. But anyway, thank God for Dr. Abrams looking at what he was trying to do. He said, no, that is not what you need. You need this. And Dr. Abrams had me do something that I hated and it was rough, but he calls it the gold standard of heart tests. And it was cardiac CT, correct?
That's right.
Yeah. And it was super scary, but it was amazing. And it told Dr. Abrams everything he needed to know. So
I'm really glad you mentioned that. That actually is a test that's one of my favorite tests. And it is a CAT scan on a very fast CAT scanner with some dye contrast. The beauty is that we actually call it a poor man's heart cath, but it's probably not even the best name for it. But quite frankly, it shows us if there is any evidence of calcium buildup, any evidence of soft plaque in the blood vessels, and we get a great look at the blood vessels, the origins, and are there any blockages. It is a wonderful test. And actually, like I said, I'm really glad you mentioned it because it's a test that I believe is gaining in popularity around the country because our CAT scanners, the machines, if you will, are better. It's going to be one of those tests that may be one of the very first where some artificial intelligence will come into play to help even refine what we see even a little bit better. It's kind of a fascinating thing.
Wow.
And there are a few companies working on those programs to even make them more sensitive and more helpful. But I want to point out one thing, just, this is not an artificial intelligence discussion, but it's to help. None of those tests will come forward without human eyes looking at it, meaning it needs to make sense. And I think that's really an important thing. And I like it. Yeah, me too.
It takes about less than an hour to do. They lower your heart rate, which we won't go there either. But I mean, it was good. It told Dr. Abrams a lot of things, so made me feel better once he explained it to me and what he saw, what he didn't see. So
when you freaked out. So
yes,
bad?
that's the one.
I remember the story.
Yes, it was awful.
You freak out at everything. Right?
No, this was scary, Rayford. I
freaked
don't like
out.
medical procedure. It was, but Dr. Abrams bared with me, and we got it done.
Thank goodness.
So, yeah.
Did you have to knock her out?
I don't think so.
No, I
talked
wish
to
I had
Robin
been.
about it.
Yeah, I wish I had been. If I do it again, I think I'm going to want to be put to sleep. Seriously, it's traumatic for me. But that's based on something that happened years in the past. It's not the procedure itself.
I can knock you out.
I know you can, and you want
Wow.
to. I know.
When we come back,
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
We got to take a commercial
I'm
break.
gonna
We'll be
ask
right
him a
back. You're
question.
live and local Real Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Flatwoods Outfitters of Hubert looks forward to serving you throughout the new year with all your sporting arm needs and personal safety. Located at 111 2nd Amendment Lane in Hubert between Jacksonville and Swansboro, Flatwoods Outfitters is Onslow County's oldest sporting and firearm facility. Flatwoods Outfitters has a long gun or pistol in stock to fit your need, whether for hunting or personal safety. Take advantage of their outdoor shooting range to practice or to learn how to safely operate your firearm, which Flatwoods highly recommends. At Flatwoods, you can sight in your scope to be sure of perfect accuracy to bag that trophy. They carry all the major brand names of long guns, shotguns, and pistols, as well as ammunition. If you are interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can assist with that also. Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 2nd Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 in Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and constitution.
In a season of falling temperatures and rising energy bills, your local Bryant professional is always ready, standing by to protect your home's comfort and defend you from uncomfortable temperatures and the higher energy bills associated with them. Ready to do whatever it takes for your home, your family, and you to be comfortable without breaking the bank. Because when the temperature falls, that's when your local Bryant professional turns up the heat efficiently.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this winter. Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, serving our community for over 25 years. Also, Down East can help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today at 346-4311.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back, and our guest in the studio, Dr. Abrams from Carolina East, and is right here in Jacksonville. You don't have to go very far. And Carolina East and Jacksonville, you also have internal medicine. You've got other things there if you need it to, right?
Yes, there in our office. That's right. It's internal medicine and some primary care. And Carolina East, it's terrific. They just added the orthopedic office, so that was number 3. And there's office number 2 out there on Freedom Way, which has urology and ear, nose, and throat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's pretty special because
we may have to talk about that because my urologist left town.
And I want to say too, the staff, sometimes I hear complaints about people about the office staff of doctors' offices they go to. Well, because I go to Dr. Abrams' office, the staff there is amazing.
Oh, they
Everybody, from the moment you walk in, you are taken care of. You don't have long waits. Then they check your weight, the blood pressure, all that other stuff once they take you back. But everyone, and they listen and they are patient. They do. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
All the staff is great.
Over at Regina's office, Regina Yost, that's where I go. And she hooked me up with a scale and a blood pressure cup that transmits to her office, which is what I give to your folks every time I come in there. I do it from that morning. And it just saves a whole lot of time, especially weight, because, not to get too gross, but I take my weight when I'm naked.
I do too.
So if I go in there,
that's the way you were supposed to.
First thing in the morning, that's how we're saying.
I tried it at the doctor's office one time.
Oh, they don't like that, right?
Got all
They
upset.
frown upon that. Yeah.
But I weigh 7 pounds more with everything that I wear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That's why I get upset at the doctor's office when they weigh you with all your clothes on and won't let you take your shoes off. I'm like, you're adding a whole bunch of
I
weight
take
because
mine off.
medicine is often based on weight and stuff like that. I don't I don't like to take medicine anyway. So do not add to my weight when I don't need to.
You said it.
Yeah.
I just do it because.
Although we don't like to have people weigh naked in the office.
That's very frowned upon.
One time I tried that and they laughed and I just quit doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
have
had
a
a
question.
question.
Yes, Dr. Abrams, you were talking about women being a high statistic with heart disease. What advice would you give to a woman that maybe an older woman that has no cholesterol problems, does not take any medication?
Yet.
Stop. Exercises regularly, takes care of herself, but has heart disease in the family with siblings. Would you recommend that person go see a cardiologist and have a good checkup?
That's a great question. Number one, keep doing what's being done. That's a wonderful thing. And, we talked just momentarily or just before about that coronary artery CT. That is not necessarily the test that you would want to do. What a lot of people would recommend for somebody that you just described would be to do sort of a variation of that test to actually obtain what's called a coronary artery calcium score. The issue with that, and that is a no dye test, 2 breath holds, no IV, really amazing. And it does not have to be on the super fast CAT scanner. The issue with that is most insurances don't cover it. It costs around $100. It's actually
chump change.
It's actually well worth it.
Heck yeah.
A score of 0 gives you tremendous comfort. If you have a score, we can't go through all of exactly what they all represent at this moment, but if you have a score, you would look a little further and consider does something need to be done in a proactive fashion. It's well worth it. And actually, I'm not sure if I agree with the statement, but the statement has been made by some of the experts, whoever those people might be, that this coronary calcium score is actually a mammogram for the heart. I don't think I necessarily agree with that, but that's actually, sort of think of that and it gets you in that context. I think that's a worthwhile thing to do for somebody who's really doing just fine. And you get it. If it's 0, then that's terrific.
Just keep on doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Right, one more question.
Sure.
When does, say a middle age, say a person in their late 40s or so, when does working out too much become an issue for the heart?
Well, it's difficult, frankly, to work out too much, but some people become, really become obsessive with it. And I really do believe that's probably close to an age where that does become an issue. It's a question of what you mean by working out too much. I think people, that's tough with everything.
Yes.
I think people should be working out. I kind of like the idea of some minimal weight training for toning and really a lot of walking. You can jog a few minutes in between that. Heart rates in that 120 range is where you want to be. and you still want to try to get that 150 minutes of activity, but not all at once, not on one day or anything like that.
Yeah, I've heard, because I
bad.
know one particular young lady that will go to the gym for 2 or 3 hours a day and pump weights and do a lot of strenuous
that's
workout, and that's
worrisome. I'm not sure I can explain why anybody would want to do that. But
it would get boring.
I think so. I think so. And
she's committed to it.
Yeah,
go diving.
That sounds like almost dangerous.
Go diving.
Yes,
Work yourself out.
Yeah.
Work
And
yourself
I've
with
heard
diving.
people going into gyms and being excessive and lifting too much and having heart attacks.
And lifting, isometric, that's lifting. That makes me nervous a little bit, because if you have, a predisposition to, for instance, blood pressure things, say in the family, if you start doing a lot of isometric stuff, you really can cause your heart to thicken and remodel. And that's, and we see this in professional athletes who during their prime are just absolutely perfect. But sometimes comes the point when they stop that level of working out, it doesn't always regress. And then they're left with hearts that are in some trouble. They stay thick, they get floppy.
Wow.
I mean, I can't vouch A or nay about other things, other substances that they, the
Steroids.
high level, that high level folks have done. And some of the groups then are even predisposed to other risks. Diabetes is a big thing. Blood pressure, of course, but diabetes is a huge issue sometimes with what's some of those people have done. They have to be careful.
Well, I know we have to take a break, but when we come back, I want to bring up something that Dr. Abrams has said to me that has stuck with me, because I never gave it any thought until he brought it up. And now every time I don't drink enough water, this pops into my head. So I will talk about that when we come back.
Hydration.
Yeah.
You're live and local, Real Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
All right, Jacksonville and beyond, it's your friend Rick Dees. Every weekday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., your daily Dees, right here on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway, is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, expert custom window tinting, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, expert window tinting, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back, and our cardiologist, Kelly, is in the studio with us, Dr. Abrams. He's also going to be, he's going to have a trifecta here shortly, right?
Everybody's going to be calling.
I want everybody listening to know that Rayford just hurt my feelings bad.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
That's the first time.
He said, obviously I was adopted.
Since you don't have any symptoms of all of your siblings and parents and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Anyway, I can do a background check if you want.
I don't want to know.
One of the things
related to Trump or something. I don't
Oh, jeepers.
as somebody that I have numerous autoimmune issues, but I do have Sjogren's, which everything dries out, and I had been having these palpitations. Regina actually had me go over to see Dr. Abrams, and he brought up something very interesting that has stuck with me that I did not know. I don't know why I didn't know this and why nobody had told me. Not drinking enough water can cause heart palpitations, but he had said something interesting that studies have shown that the heart will shrink with enough water.
Yeah, it actually, a lot of things shrink may not be exactly the right word, but we probably use it anyway. The deal is that it's very sensitive to it's I call it geometry or mechanics. It actually has to stay full. Mm-hmm. If the heart is if you're a little dehydrated and the heart, I guess, here we go, maybe shrinks down a little, it can cause a little bit of alteration in that geometry, and valves can bang into the walls and things like that. And it's fairly common. There was a very good study done as a poster a bunch of years ago. And I looked at this poster and said, why didn't I think of that? And it basically suggested that we took echocardiograms, sound wave tests of normal hearts. Everything looked fine. The patients were healthy and they were given a diuretic. If you give a healthy patient a diuretic, oh my goodness. And they really put out lots of fluid. And lo and behold, a bunch of those people had changes in the geometry. And they had extra beats, and the valves looked funnier, not pathologic or not permanent or anything like that. So it's really very important to do that.
How much water should we drink per pound that we weigh?
Oh, actually, I don't have a good answer to that. I have to sit there and calculate it. But certainly, I mean, actually, it says drink till you're comfortable. I mean, and the other thing that is, if we feel thirsty, we're dehydrated. Mm-hmm. And we all probably walk around at least 5% dehydrated all the time. You know why? We don't want to take a break and go to the little person's room. I think we don't want to, take the time, or we're busy.
But I have noticed if I get severely dehydrated, which is actually a thing for me, mainly because of my Sjogren's, I will get the palpitations. And where I used to freak out, now Dr. Abrams' voice pops in my head. So I'm like, okay, so I'll drink your water, Kelly. So I start drinking water, and I just feel better.
Sure.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
I go through at least 3 of these a day.
Right. Yeah. Wasn't it said that if you were having palpitations, drink a glass of cold water? Didn't you say that came?
I said a doctor told me, because I brought this up to him, told me drinking cold water will make you have palpitations. I came in his office and asked him that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, one of our exercise physiologists at another place was so sensitive to the temperatures. If he remember, our esophagus really is very close to our heart. I mean, it's just Mother Nature.
Mhm.
He would eat some kind of an ice cream pop or the ice things, those wonderful things. He occasionally, if it kind of went a little slow, he would all of a sudden go in to have some kind of tachycardia for a few minutes. I went, now, why do you do that? He says, I like those cool ice pops. It was kind of interesting. There all kinds of very strange things. Mother Nature, is quite wonderful. And that's one of the things that we talk about too, that, they're checklists, they're all kinds of things, but everybody is an individual, and it makes it difficult. I tell people, again, if you're coming to the doctor, prepare. Make sure we have your medicines. Make sure you're clear on what you're feeling. It's kind of, you get a much better experience. And I think, when you come to the doctor prepared.
Sometimes I have to, when I go to see you or Regina or anybody else, I have to write down what I'm feeling, because I get there. How you doing? I'm doing fine.
Great, see you.
And then it's like, I forgot why I was there. It's kind of like going to the grocery store. If I don't have it on my shopping list, I don't get it.
Yeah, come home without the eggs again.
Yeah. Well, like yesterday, I came home without the green peppers, but whatever.
Yeah, and it's very interesting. You mentioned Regina, and we certainly appreciate her. She's doing terrific. She's got lots of space now. She's seeing the folks, and and really has provided an incredibly wonderful service to the area, because it was very difficult to get people to see primary care providers.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm seeing her.
She's now got parking.
That too.
I was just going to say, it was just a park, and I have to park on the golf course.
And
that would be dangerous.
Yes.
If
Make those golfers mad.
Well, they'd get real mad.
Sure.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I got
You come out, there's a couple dings in your truck. You'll think different.
Yeah,
accidentally.
That's your windshield. Yeah.
Doctor, thank you.
Yes,
Thanks
you.
for your time.
Yes.
My
Very
pleasure. Thank you for
informative.
having me.
We need to have you come in again.
Yes.
Yeah, we can
Periodically,
work that out. Happy
Yeah.
to do so.
Yeah.
I enjoy listening. Like yesterday, I enjoyed listening to your colleague from Raleigh area, and so
Oh, yes.
and actually thank her, because for you, a long story, but
Dr.
it was
Stein.
Yes, it was very
yes.
funny, because I heard it the morning when Rayford had said something. I went, why don't you just book him an appointment?
Yes.
He called it what, about 3:00 that afternoon.
Wait, we have a
Right,
caller.
right.
Hold on. Let's see. We may have.
Who we got?
I'll hold for
Oh,
a
it's Theo. Yes.
Oh,
I
this
guarantee
ought to be
Theo
good.
has a question.
Okay.
Be good. This is
Okay.
Hello, Theo. How you doing?
Good morning, deplorables. How are you?
We're good. How are
Run
you,
fine,
Theo?
Mr. Adorable.
I wanted to ask the doctor a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead. He's listening.
Good morning, Dr. Abrams.
Hi there.
Welcome to, you know what country this is, right?
Drama
I
country.
was going to say drama country. Yes.
Okay.
So what I'd like to ask you is this. The kids that play football, when they're 14 years old and they join the high school and they get banged up in football, and then they go to college and they get banged up again another 4 years with their heart, what kind of damage is going through their heart?
Well, first of all, heart injury in football players, I realize what we saw not all that long ago, but that's actually extraordinarily unusual. The big thing is to try, not to overbuild them up. That's what worries me a bit. We were sort of talking about that before with working out a little too hard muscularly. That's the big thing. But injury to heart, not really. That was a total fluke.
Unless you've got some pre-existing conditions.
That's right.
Right,
and
right.
and in America, that is difficult. The screening procedures are fairly simple, although I will tell you that in the colleges, the Division I high-level colleges are screened pretty aggressively that way. And I can just say that they get to see the real doctors as opposed to fellows or trainees or things like that. The high-level Division I athletes are checked by the
They don't
right
want any
people.
bad publicity.
For sure.
Yeah, so you're saying that if they play 4 years and another 4 years in college for 8 years, that later on in their life, around 60, 65, they won't have any problems with their heart?
Well, I can't say that for sure because they may have bad habits as they get a little older too. But it shouldn't have come from them playing ball. Obviously, they're going to have a lot more trouble with their lower back, knees, and hips, shoulders. It's going to be a lot more musculoskeletal stuff for sure for those folks. And they really do get banged up that way.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Theo.
Take care.
Bye,
We
Theo.
appreciate it. Well, that's a good question, too.
Yes, yeah.
So, anyway,
And-
great response, by the
And
way.
Dr. Abrams is right. You know, what he was talking about earlier, you know, these kids that go out and they run them constantly, they can have some heart changes. So that, you know, I do think there has to be it done correctly, not overdoing it in any sport,
Mhm.
especially with kids.
Especially when it starts, when
Yeah.
the weather is still hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that a lot of those the trainers and they all are schooled in that, and there are some more restrictions than
Yeah.
there used to be, which is great.
Which I'm glad.
Safety
Yes.
is the big thing.
Doctor, thank you.
Thank you so much.
We
Yes.
do appreciate it.
the
We do.
information.
And
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for a call. I think they're setting me up for a carotid
yes.
artery scan.
Yes, that's right.
So,
Takes a few days.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You know.
All right, you're live and
Thanks.
local. Real Talk
Okay.
Freedom, 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Don't go too far from your radio. Fox News is now.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Supreme Court hears arguments today in a Colorado case about whether former President Trump can be banned from the ballot over his role in the Capitol riot.
We'll hear a lot about a key provision of the 14th Amendment, specifically Section 3, that bars those from holding federal office in the future who engaged in insurrection while an officer of the United States, something put in place after the Civil War to keep Confederates from running for federal office. The question is whether it specifically applies to the president and his conduct in office.
Fox's David Spun. Author Marianne Williamson ends her campaign against President Biden for the Democrats' presidential nomination.
This one campaign is over now, but that larger arc of American history, it goes on. And it is my deepest hope that we in some way contributed to that larger story.
America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
And live and local Real Talk, that's us. And my goodness gracious, I do appreciate, first of all, I do appreciate him,
Yeah.
Dr.
He does.
Abrams, but it's great to have him come in here to talk with us, too.
Yes. Absolutely.
What a great interview.
He really does, and he's so knowledgeable. And
Yes, he is.
And I will tell people he does spend time. He is not one of those in and out like some of these doctors around
No.
here. Literally spend 5 minutes with you. Absolutely
I'm
not.
going
He
to tell you,
listens.
after I had a heart attack,
Mhm.
never forget it. I went back to see
Mm-hmm.
the cardiologist. I got 5 minutes with him.
Yeah.
For all follow-up visits, I had 3 to 5 minutes. That was it.
Mhm.
I was up with him Monday, was it? Whatever it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, it was Monday.
I had about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Just discussing things. I mean, he gets to know you.
And
He,
right. Yeah.
he can tell a lot by the way you respond, obviously.
Mhm.
And I was pleased. I was pleased with like you said earlier, the staff out front.
I love the
From the
staff.
minute you get there.
They do an amazing job.
They-
Yes.
they
Very
get her done.
personable. He's very personable.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
I like
And he's
that.
smart. Like he knows.
Bedside manner, like
And I
you
can
know.
understand his English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand him.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak
Yeah.
doctorish.
Yeah,
No,
no.
no,
it's
he'll tell
really-
you. He's like, he will give it to me straight. Like Kelly, come on now.
Well, I'm
Um,
definitely going to make an appointment and get
yeah.
a checkup.
You do.
Like I said, I have no issues that I know of. Take
Yeah.
no meds. my
I had no
cholesterol's
issues
good,
that I knew
I
of until
exercise, do all
February
that, but-
1999. I had no issues.
Hey,
Blood pressure was great. Everything was
Mhm.
good until that fateful day.
yeah, I just have siblings now that all have heart issues all of a sudden. So who's to say I'm not next? Oh God. Let me
Well, I
check
mean,
my heart rate.
But he does a good job. Like I said, he
Don't
had
get
me-
paranoid.
I'm good.
He
I'm
had
good.
me do that cat. I mean, it's done, you know, it's an experience, but I mean, it definitely put my mind at ease. And I think it put Regina's mind at ease, and I doubt it put the rheumatologist mind at ease, but that's neither here nor
Well,
there.
it is American
Yeah.
Heart Month, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that was wonderful. Him coming in and visiting with us, and
It's perfect.
you know what he had to say for the listeners, and I learned a lot.
Mhm.
You take your health for granted,
You do.
and
Until.
and I know women especially, because you think it's always going to be the husbands that have a heart attack, give you all the money, but you know. But
Great.
you know, women don't on a normal basis, you know, we just don't take care of ourselves like we should because we're busy taking care of everybody else. So
Is that
And-
what it is?
And I will
Yes, it
say
is.
too, their office, they will allow somebody to come back with you. Like they've had, they let Robin will come back with me and Robin will ask questions. My daughter's been back with me, but she also sees him. She had open heart surgery when she was a kid. So Dr. Abrams takes care of her.
Right.
But, so it's not a place where they won't let somebody come back, with you. But they allow, Dr. Abrams just lets you ask questions. And I'll come in there with the list every time. Because, my heart things go back now that we know I've had, rheumatic fever as a kid. That's a whole nother separate issue. But, he old test runs new, et cetera, and it doesn't do anything frivolous or unnecessary. Because one doctor wanted me to do a treadmill test, and he's like, absolutely not. You don't need this. You need this instead. So we did what he said, not what someone else had thought I needed, which I appreciate.
Yes.
So I highly recommend him, everybody. And it's right here in Jacksonville, which is even better. So
that's the good thing. That's what I really like.
Yeah. It's Tim.
Good morning, Dr. Tim. How are you?
Lord have mercy. I said, no, I better not. I'll get in trouble. But no, I don't go to Dr. Abrams, and the reason, he took over my cardiologist, and he's a great guy. Everybody thought about how great he was, but I had a friend in Newbern that was Carolina East, and I went to him, and I remember I talked to him when I first went. He said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, you're my shooting buddy. I figured I'd go to you." They said, "Well, Dr. Abrams just as good as I am." I said, "Well, I know that, but he said, well, I'm glad you're here." And so they sent me down. But what he was talking about the CT scan, I get that done a lot.
Yeah.
Every year, because I drive a truck, I'm diabetic, and I've had bypass surgery, and the federal government makes me take it.
Yep.
And it's amazing to me. I'll go back in and, oh, you're fine. You have no plaque. You have no issues. It blows my mind about what that can do. And my family doctor, my endocrinologist, they all get a copy, and they just look at it and, man, says, I just can't believe you're doing so good. But yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Dr. Abrams. Real good guy. But he did make a point talking about women having, more heart trouble than men. And it goes back to what I told y'all before. God made man in his own image. He made woman out of a rib. You're a cheaper cut. But guess what? You're inferior. The winning you women, really, you women are inferior. I told y'all this.
How much money do you have, Tim?
He just proved it.
Tim, you're going to make me fight you in your field.
How much money are you worth to St. Diane?
Oh, that mercy. I ain't no I bet she's got $1 million worth of life insurance on me just because of what I said.
Yeah,
probably.
Probably.
I had to throw it. I'm picking on you girls. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that. But I did want to report, we do not have a baby yet. We're still waiting and looking for a new baby to come to the farm. But I did buy a horse last night.
Oh.
You bought a horse?
On my side of the bed. Yeah. A girl is put a horse on my farm. And she bought it, and a little bit more than what she's saying. She won't say that, but she texted me last night and said, "Look, I need to sell the horse." And I said, "Well, I'll buy it." So I have another one, but yeah, I had to sleep on my side of the bed last night after I said that. But St. Diane was not happy. But yeah, I'm glad Dr. Abrams come. I have met him before. And I wish you could get him on a monthly basis.
We're going to work getting it on a regular basis. I don't know whether it'll be monthly or not, but whatever he's available.
But I would love that. I'd love for him to come back. He explained so much, so clear detail. I enjoyed it. But I had to pick on you two girls and all you women out there. Mm-hmm. You heard what he said about the heart problem. But all in all, he is right. My mama had angina. She had this, that, the other. Of course, she smoked 2 packs of Salem Kings a day, so that had a big contributing factor. I'm pretty sure.
Tim, just don't go breaking our hearts.
Yeah, Well, I love you girls. That's why I pick on you. That's why I tell my Asian Cajun when he called me and said, man, I really like that name. I said, well, I wasn't going to do it to demean you, son. If I give you a nickname, it's not to cut you down. And if I pick on you, it's because I love you, you know. And if I don't say much to you, that means I ain't got no use for you. That's just the way I am. And you can cut me down, pick on me all you want. But no, I just wanted to pick on you. I appreciate y'all getting him to come in there. I really enjoyed it.
I've been wanting to do it, and I just happened to have an appointment this past Monday, and it happened to be Heart Month, and it all just came together at the same time. So we worked it out.
You, buddy. I mean,
yeah. Great information, great
you
gas.
just make sure you go do what you're supposed to do today.
I'm going at in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, right. You better. No, let me know.
Yeah, roger that.
All righty.
Thank you, Timmy.
Y'all be good.
All
I
right.
get off of here. All right. Bye.
Authorities located a Marine helicopter carrying 5 Marines that went missing on a flight from Nevada to California on Tuesday. The information is a little bit strange. No mention whether the helicopter, a CH-53 Echo, crashed or whether there could have been an emergency landing. Just do not know. The Marines were assigned to Marine Corps Air Station Miramar. Helicopter was reported overdue about 9 p.m. on Thursday. This morning, late breaking news, very cryptic. The 5 U.S. Marines aboard that chopper have been confirmed dead.
They have been?
Yeah.
Yes, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just
But
looked it up
doesn't
and I
have
couldn't get it to
any
come up.
details for it. I don't know where they aboard the chopper, or did they find them in the chopper, or why didn't they know this when they found the chopper yesterday?
Yeah, I
don't know. This is a confusing story.
I had just brought up Fox News and they had not reported it yet.
It's just
On here now, it's breaking news.
yeah, it's breaking news. But anyway, so condolences to everybody, the Marine families and everybody else. So
It's more tragedy added to that atmospheric rain.
That's what they said it was. And then
It's terrible.
Get it.
this just says efforts to recover the Marines and equipment have begun and investigations underway. But it disappeared during a storm.
Yeah.
So something must have happened. It's very sad.
Let's take a break. Do some weather. You're live at local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
Well, hi, this is Rick Dees.
I know you are, but what am I?
All right, the Weekly Top 40 is what we are, happening here this weekend. Don't forget the Weekly Top 40 Challenge. I want you to win this great Super VHS video recording system and 2 crisp new $100 bills this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Look out for Patrick Swayze, the heartthrob, here, live in the studio this weekend, plus the 40 most sizzling hits all over the USA. We'll see you for the Weekly Top 40 here this weekend.
The Weekly Top 40 80s edition, Sunday night, 6 to 10 on Freedom 97.1 WSME. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Wismart and Chappie's Chicken. And for over 50 years, Great Gas and Oil Company has kept our community comfortable year-round with quality heating and cooling products and dependable service. In addition to heating and air conditioning service, Great Gas and Oil Company does generators, tankless water heaters, and quality appliance repair. For service, phone 910-347-7138. Locally owned and operated by Jerry and Jeff Allen and Bobby and Louise Williams.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, and more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Don't break a heart or your bank account this Valentine's Day. Be sure to make it a Barnes Diamond Gallery gift for the love in your life. You see, you always get a sweetheart of a deal at Barnes Diamond Gallery. Family owned and operated since 1982. You are guaranteed to find the perfect diamond, emerald, ruby, or sapphire. Barnes Diamond Gallery also has a great selection of earrings, watches, bracelets, necklaces, rings, and pendants that will make that special person happy this Valentine's Day. Barnes Diamond Gallery custom designs jewelry and pays top prices for gold, sterling silver jewelry, sterling flatware, and diamonds. Make that special person feel extra special with a gift from Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, right here in Jacksonville. Family owned and operated since 1982.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
You want a boat? You don't have to need a boat. You just got to want a boat. Going down to Tideline Marine right here in Jacksonville. They got 5 pontoon boats, luxurious Aloha pontoons, in stock right now. If you've never been up close to one of these fine boats, do yourself a favor. Stop in at Tideline for a look-see. The construction is different than on most pontoons. It's meant to last. And when I say luxurious, the seats are so plush, they're plush enough for any home, anywhere. Not only are there pontoons, Tideline carries the line of Lund fishing boats. Like the Alohas, they're built for the discriminating fisherman. They are perfect for the intercoastal, all the way to the shallow backwaters and creeks of the White Oak and New Rivers. If you fish, you know that's where the reds and specks hang out, right? If you're a nearshore or blue water kind of guy like me, check out the Center Console Fiberglass Aqua Sports, another top-of-the-line fishing boat that lets you get to where the big fish like to play. Tideline Marine and Family, 159 Old Bridge Street, on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. High pressure continuing to build overhead today, bringing fair weather to the eastern part of the state through the end of the week and into the beginning of the weekend. If you're one of those people that likes cold weather, fear not. Cold temperatures will return with a chance for unsettled weather next week. Small craft advisory in effect through tonight. Today, offshore northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to 5 to 10 this afternoon. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Dominant period 10 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon. Southwesterly winds tomorrow 5 to 10, seas 2 to 4 feet. Perfect day tomorrow. Dominant period 7 seconds. Sounds and rivers only a light chop. And on Saturday, southwesterly winds 10 to 15, increasing to 15 to 20 with gusts up to 25 in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5. 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop, becoming choppy in the afternoon.
Today, mostly sunny, a high of 58. Tonight, cloudy, low of 37. Tomorrow, between daybreak and 8 a.m., there'll be patchy fog. Otherwise, partly sunny, high of 64. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low of 48. Saturday, I'm so excited. Partly sunny, a high of 74. It's going to feel like 100, and it's going to feel amazing.
I could wear short sleeves and shorts on Saturday, then kind of.
You can wear them any day. You live in North Carolina.
Well, Saturday night's a slight chance of rain, but Sunday night it's going to rain. It's going to rain on Monday, but I don't care. It's going to be 74 on Saturday, and that just is amazing.
Well, you can get out and do some yard work.
Yeah, I am. I've got some plans.
Need some.
You know who Rick Harrison is?
No.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Do I?
Pawn Stars.
Okay.
His son died recently, right?
Yeah, I did know that.
Fentanyl overdose.
Okay.
The 58-year-old Pawn Stars TV personality's son died last month at the age of 39 of fentanyl overdose. During an interview with Fox News, Harrison praised Donald Trump after meeting with the former president following the loss of his son and blasted politicians for being complicit in the fentanyl deaths. He's an incredible individual, Harrison said of Trump. He wants to do something about this. He continued, there's so many different places you have to start at all at once, but one of the major ones is to get the damn stuff out of the country and stop making it so cheap to get high.
Good point.
Yep.
He said, you can buy a fentanyl pill for $5 or less.
It's craziness.
Anybody can afford it. I mean, make it difficult, he said. Just make it difficult. Put the people in prison who are peddling this crap and stop it at the southern border. Don't let it into this country. You got one place you can put a stop to it, and that's at the southern border. 99.9% of it, according to sources, say that's where it comes from. It comes across our border. And we're letting people just drive through across the border. We're turning them loose in the country. Who knows how many little pills they have stashed? It's just insane what we're not doing.
And we talk about it every single day.
There's a reason we talk about it every day.
Here.
We talked about COVID every single day because that was a crisis.
In our homes. We talk about it when we go to an event. I mean, we all talk about it constantly.
I just can't understand why anybody. Now, I know they're dopers, they're druggies, and they're looking for something different. Why, with all of the news about the dangers of this deadly stuff, why would anyone even think about taking one? Is it because it's disguised as something?
Yes, a lot of it is.
I know it is. Is that the reason?
Well,
why would you take a Tylenol that somebody sells you for $5? You know it's not Tylenol.
Well, some people, though, I even had a client tell me, well, I trust my dealer.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not going to have fentanyl in their products.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is, it's not like the local dealers are putting it in there. They're getting it already pre-put.
Yes.
Doesn't even sound right, but y'all know what I mean. Yeah.
Prepackaged.
Yes. And like in DC last week when I was at that DA meeting, they showed us those pictures of the Adderall. And I could not tell the difference between the fentanyl laced Adderall and the one prescribed by, that you get at the pharmacy by your doctor. Now the DEA could tell there was something slightly different, but the average human, you could not tell. And that's what they were talking about. A lot of young adults and teenagers are dying from overdose that are taking Adderall, especially like college kids will take it illegally to stay up and study. It was awful, but we've had an increase in overdose in the United States from that because these dealers have gotten, and I'm talking about the cartels because that's where it's coming from.
Is a cartel putting that in there with the intent of killing people?
No, they're just putting it in there with the intent to increase the potency of the drug, of the whatever other drug is in there. That they want it to. And I'm thinking they had explained a logic. Like I
really think there's an underlying reason for this, not just to make money.
Well,
I think it's to kill off a population.
Some of it has to do with potency. They were explaining to us it has to do with something it does. So let's say you're using, I don't know, I'm just going to pick a drug. You're using cocaine. And because we've had here in Onslow County some overdoses with the individual, and I know because I'm on the committee, individuals have had cocaine and fentanyl in their system. But the cartel's I don't know if logic's the right word, idea is we will make, because what they want you to do is like their product so you come back for more, basically. But they say if we add this fentanyl, because remember, fentanyl is a pain pill. That's what's used in surgery to reduce pain. And pain pills will make you loopy, make you whatever, makes you do a lot of things. So their logic is,
it was in the anesthetic.
Well, that too, but it's also used as pain. Yeah.
But it's controlled.
Yes, but I won't let them use it on me at all. I make that clear in my pre-op appointment. I make them put it in my records. And I say no fentanyl at all. Don't give me any. because even controlled, you still don't know how a person's going to react. But anyway, the cartels will use it. So if I'm trying to sell Rayford some cocaine, I'm going to add fentanyl to it to make the experience better, more, what word do I want? Hyped? I don't know what word I want to use. You know what I'm, but that's the premise. And I also think on some level, because they're getting a fentanyl dirt cheap. I don't know how much, but super dirt cheap.
They're getting it by bulk.
Yeah, and they're getting it so cheap. So if I'm putting fentanyl in there, that's less of this ingredient I have to put in there. It's stupid logic.
It is stupid
Yeah,
logic.
yeah.
It's not logical
Very,
for sure.
No. And I sat in on a meeting yesterday and here locally. Remember when I talked about xylazine?
Yeah.
It's here now. Here in this county and in Carteret County. It's here and it's
Probably has been here for a bit.
yeah, and it's well, we knew it was going to slowly creep here. It's now here. And the thing about xylazine is it does not respond to Narcan.
Good luck, y'all.
And what they've been seeing, even in Carteret County, at the ER, for example, people go in and they say, "I have a spider bite," because the way it eats your flesh from the inside out. And they described it yesterday in the meeting I was in. It looks like a brown recluse bite. It's not, but sadly, these hospitals aren't so versed. So they had an individual in a Carteret County that were kept going in for a spider bite, and they're like, "Man, we're not." It's because it wasn't a spider bite. Of course, nobody goes in and go, "Hey, I'm an IV drug user, or I'm using xylazine." No one's going to tell that. So now, sadly, the medical community now has to be aware if someone presents at the hospital or even a doctor's office and say, "I got bit by a brown recluse." Sadly, you might want to drug test them or confirm are they using, because you may think you're treating a brown recluse bite and it's really a reaction to xylazine side effect. Sad.
You never know.
Yep.
You never know. Remember all the hoopla over Ford's automated parallel parking system? You've seen it on TV, right?
Okay, yeah. They have a commercial.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Well, Ford's considering getting rid of the automated feature in its vehicles as part of its cost-cutting measures in 2024. They say that very few customers utilize it anyway. It's on the cars. The automaker plans to make some material and design changes aimed at improving efficiency and saving money. If they get rid of this per vehicle, it will save Ford $10 million. It only costs $60 more to put it on the car.
Look, Raven, I forget sometimes I have a backup camera, and my daughter's like, "Why are you not using that camera?" I forget.
I don't like
So I
using
would
it.
never use that feature, the parallel
I don't trust
assisty thing.
Well,
No,
I've got Park Assist, but what does it do?
I don't even know what
I
that
haven't
is.
figured it out yet.
I didn't know.
I read the
do
manual.
have it on there.
does
What?
a Park Assist,
I have that,
but I don't know how it works.
I don't want to know. I'm
Have
not
we got
using it.
Chris Miller
That's
on the
Chris
phone?
Miller calling.
It's Miller
Yeah.
time.
Miller time. Oh,
Yay-hoo. Whoops.
hold on.
Uh-oh.
Nobody was there.
Hold on. He's on here. I'm still showing he's on there. Hold on, Chris.
Maybe
It's
he's
a-
online too. Let's try that one. Nope.
No?
All right, Chris, call back. Something happened. Yeah, because it was showing he was on there.
Nope.
There he
There
is.
he is.
That's right.
Yeah, it's Miller time.
Hold on, Chris. We're getting to you.
We're going to find you on one of these
Are you
telephone
there?
lines. Hey, Chris.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Fine.
Good
How you
morning.
doing?
How's everybody doing this morning?
Oh, we're hanging in here, bouncing around all over the place, but we're here.
Yeah, well, Rayford, you getting ready for your big Super Bowl party on Sunday?
Yeah, well, it's not me. I'm going to one though.
Oh, and let me guess, you're not going to watch the game. You're not going to watch the commercials. You're going to see how many times CBS shows Taylor Swift.
Oh, God.
Probably not.
No, I watched the game actually. Yeah.
Well, it's okay, Rayford. We all know you're a big Swiftie.
Yeah.
A Swiftie.
I bet you he can't name not one song she sings. Yeah.
Give me a minute and I will.
We're looking forward to it. My 10-year-old daughter is looking forward to it. She's obsessed with Taylor Swift, and I think a lot of 10-year-old, 11-year-old little girls are.
They are.
Well, when you get downtown to our studios downtown the next time, look on the wall.
I saw that yesterday.
You will find an autographed photograph
Mhm.
from Taylor
Oh yeah.
many years ago.
to Chris Hollywood Man, and he I tell you what, our friend Hollywood is quite proud of that photo.
Oh, he is. He should be.
They both look like they were in junior high.
So what's going in the wild world of sports here?
Well, congratulations to both the Jacksonville High School boys and girls basketball teams.
Hoorah!
They defeated the Havelock Rams on Tuesday night.
Yes.
And then they came back and had to travel to Havelock, last night, and both teams came away with a win. So last night's games were a makeup day from a postponement a couple weeks ago. So that's why they played back-to-back days. But both teams played really well, and both the Cardinal teams got the victory. So now Jacksonville hosts D.H. Conley in basketball, girls and boys on Friday night.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to whoop them too.
Yeah.
So
glad we got Havelock.
both teams are playing well, and like I said before, can you believe it? We only have another week and a half or so of high school basketball regular season before we start talking about the postseason stuff.
Yeah. And then we got to talk about baseball.
Well, I was hearing. I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, baseball and soccer, softball, and and after that, then we'll start talking about more. We'll continue to talk about them, but we got the Jacksonville Ospreys summer team coming
That's
up.
right.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
First
a lot
of
of
June.
people are excited for that.
Oh, I am.
Very
I think
much
it's going to be
so.
cool. Really cool.
Very well, Chris. I understand that we've got one of our area high schools now that's excelling in basketball. Was it Swansboro? I heard.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, the Swansboro boys team. They've only lost one game, and it was like the second game of the season to a bigger school. So the Swansboro boys basketball team is doing very well and has a chance to do to go pretty far later on this next month, and maybe even win a state championship. They'll have to continue to work hard and to do that. But we also have the Southwest girls who are undefeated. They're playing well, and they're won some big games, and they have a chance to go really far as well. So we have some other teams like White Oak Boys and the Jacksonville Girls, and some other teams here and there that are doing really well. But those Swansboro Boys and Southwest Girls are the ones that are really kind of taking the mantle right now.
Okay, good for
to
them.
know. Yes. Yep. Give them kudos.
What else is going on?
Well, that's kind of it. We got the individual wrestling stuff that's going to be taking place this weekend and next weekend, boys and girls wrestling. So, and I did want to say, female wrestling is a sanctioned sport in North Carolina now, and it's really cool that these young ladies are given, or female athletes are continuing to be given great opportunities to compete. And excuse me. And but yeah, we got that going on, and then the basketball playoffs. And like I said, next week or so is the start of the spring sports seasons. Practices: baseball, softball, track and field, soccer, and your favorite, Rayford, lacrosse.
My favorite.
Well, we all knew you were a big track and field stud back in the day at Jacksonville.
Oh my
Yeah, I did like track and field. That was fun.
Running from class to class because it
Yeah,
was
that
late.
too. Well, actually, I had a high jump and a long jump, broad jump course set up back here at the yard at one time.
Oh,
Brought
yeah.
a lot of sawdust in,
That's pretty cool.
and we built put a bar up there. We used to be able to do that. We played just in the backyard.
Well, I have a question, Chris. What's your prediction? What's your predictions on the game Sunday night, the
What
Super
game?
Bowl?
Oh, that thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's
I think the Cardinals will win.
Yeah. The Cardinals.
I would, the Chiefs are the defending champion, but the 49ers that they're playing are a really good team. And so my heart would say the Chiefs because you can never count them down. But my head says the 49ers because I think they are the better team. So I would say maybe the 49ers 27-21, something like that.
Okay, 49ers 27-21. All right.
But
I'm gonna put my bet in on
win,
that
I
one.
would be
Yes.
happy for them and be happy for all the Taylor Swift fans out there that are rooting for them as well.
You just want the Chiefs to lose. Watch Taylor cry. Oh my goodness. All right. Well,
Who's Taylor?
Taylor.
Nobody.
Does she have why does she have a last name for her first name?
That's her name. They named her.
Well, why did they name her Taylor? I mean, that's a last name.
There's a lot of Taylors.
Does it
That's
matter
a
to
very
her?
popular name.
She's a billionaire. She
Oh.
doesn't care.
Whatever. I changed my name. I was
Oh,
a
my
billionaire.
All right, Chris, thank
Chris,
you very
thank you.
much. Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
You're live in local real talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be right back.
We've unlocked the vaults, and we're replaying Casey Kasem's American Top 40, the 70s. This week is from February 12th, 1977. That's when Manfred Mann was blinded by the light. Barry Manilow spent the weekend in New England. The Silvers dialed the hotline, and Mary McGregor was torn between two lovers. You'll hear those hits and all the top 40 songs from February 12, 1977, right here on American Top 40, the 70s.
Check out Casey Saturday mornings 8 to 11 on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard. Train systems and more. Visit anoldfriend.com or 0347-2843.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay. We haven't done a whole lot about Mr. Biden. I guess, right. I guess, last week or early this week, we talked about him having a conversation that he said he had just had a conversation with a former president of France, right? Mitterrand.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Menaran
Who's
died in
dead?
1996.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, he apparently in 2021, he said he had a conversation with German Chancellor Helmut Kohl
Mhm.
recently,
He's not the German chancellor.
but he died in 2017.
Yeah. Very sad.
So he's one of those people that can talk to the dead.
I just think my mom had him on last night. Well, not him, but it was on the news, and they were showing a clip of him fumbling over. He mentioned that all that stuff, and it is very, it's very clear. There's a
sad.
lot of cognitive issues.
It
and
is sad.
Why do they continue to let him talk and subject him to all this?
I don't want to be his speechwriter.
I don't want to be his handler.
Well,
But
that's
who
the
lets him
thing.
do this? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
They're
somebody
idiots.
is responsible.
Yes, they are, and
Like-
his caregivers are not living up.
Well,
to
who
what
are his
they should.
caregivers?
Jill, for one.
Well, she needs to be.
Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning, folks. This is Robin.
Hello, Robin. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, good. Yeah, we had that chamber thing last night before, and I thought it was well run and stuff like that. But and I just got off Buchanan in reference to a post that was made on the Swansboro Chamber of Commerce, specifically by one individual who actually sat with the moderator, Mike McHugh, on the board, and he was going through the questions. And his responsibility was to get those questions out, etc. But he went on there and provided false information, giving the impression that we said that 40% of the population does not pay property tax because they rent and stuff, which is incorrect. And then it was very, very not true, so to speak. And the thing is, we made it very clear that we were using an example that, renters will pay property taxes due their rent that they have to pay their landlords, et cetera, who raise the rent of their particular property due to the rise in property taxes. But, the point is that you got somebody representing the chamber who was going through the questions last night and basically came back on the chamber to slam, two incumbent commissioners when he should have remained unbiased and objective. But the thing is, he put it on the Swansboro Chamber of Commerce wall. He's basically representing the Chamber of Commerce from Swansboro, and I thought that was irresponsible. Not only irresponsible, I thought it was immature, and I have no idea why this individual would even make a comment and why he was involved in the forum when he's not even a citizen of Arlesville County. He lives in Carteret County, but yet he had to make those comments. So everything went fine with the forum up until that point. And it kind of upset me and several other people. And this individual admitted that he had wrote the questions for the forum, and he was sticking the questions as he stuck his hand into the bowl or whatever he was doing. And I want that known. And I sent a message to Mike McHugh and asking him to get up with me so how we can resolve this, because that's just a bad perception that this individual placed on the Swansboro Chamber of Commerce. And I just wanted to let people know that, because it upset us.
Okay.
There's no need for it.
Well, I'm sure you will weather it without any problem.
But and I've weathered a lot of stuff. I ignore a lot of stuff. But when it comes from the chamber's wall on Facebook, and the only reason why I knew about it because I was notified that there was a message that I was mentioned in, and I just think it's very unprofessional. It lacks decorum, and it shows a biasness. So the forum, like I said, went well, but now I wonder, was there a bias? Were those questions, certain questions, directed at a particular candidate, but put in a general format? So I just wanted that to be known, because it's one of those things that you just don't do. It's just very highly unprofessional, and it just has, like I said before, has no decorum whatsoever.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Robin.
Yep.
You take care.
Thanks, Robin.
You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. I'm going to be stepping away for the remainder of the show, and Kelly and Lee will be in here. Feel free to give them a call. And if Howard is listening out there, Howard, you need to get in touch with us, because I have a gift card for you from one of our listeners, another one of our listeners. Okay. I will see you. What is tomorrow? Friday? Yes, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll all be back in here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, but hang in here for Kelly and Lee right after the commercial break. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro.
Hello, shoppers. Don't forget to take advantage of the weekly specials at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less on the Richlands Highway here in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. And remember to sign up for Pig Sparks where you get 1 point for every dollar that you spend. How about Sweetheart, boneless ribeye steak for just $10.99 a pound? Boneless chuck roast is only $5.99 a pound. 10 pounds or more fresh ground chuck is only $3.99 a pound. Whole Boston butt, just $1.49 a pound. St. Louis style pork ribs, $1.99 a pound. Whole chickens, just $1.49 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, you get a 2-pound package of fresh strawberries for just $5.98. Holy guacamole, buy one, get one free. 14-ounce shredded lettuce, $2.99 a bag. Russet baking potatoes, just 99 cents a pound. A dozen premium rose bouquets, just $27.99. 1 pint of fresh blueberries are only $3.99. Hot jalapeno peppers, $1.99 a pound. And large California lemons, just 69 cents each. And you get 3 6-packs of the 16-ounce size of Pepsi or Mountain Dew for just $11. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down home, down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the P.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, and we are back. And on the line, we have a caller.
Hey, Chris. Are you there? I think those lines.
Good morning, ladies.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
So, Lee, since you brought up the Super Bowl, I'll give you my pick and why.
I got to write all this down.
I'm going to take the Chiefs. Here's the biggest. They both got great defenses, good running backs, good tight ends. Forget about the TS factor. I just hope they don't show her any on the Super Bowl. But here's that's sad because it's a football game, but whatever. But the big difference is this: quarterback, Mercy and Mahomes.
Yeah.
And Mahomes gets it 5 times over. And that's going to be the difference. That's going to be the difference. And it's going to be a good game. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a good game. But
what's your prediction of the score?
I like 27-24, and it's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes doing some of his fancy sidearm underhand throws, and somebody other than Kelsey making the winning catch.
I have your prediction written down.
Well, I want to say my prediction just real quick, and I know Chris called for a reason. My prediction's 31-24 Chiefs.
Okay. I can live with that one, too.
Yeah, I think it'll be 31-24.
And good Lord willing, creeks don't rise. The Cowboys will be in it next year.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, Lee, what can I tell you? I've been my child. Lee, I know that you've been inviting lots of politicians. Just curious for a Board of Education. Have they all been invited? And some have said sure, and some, because I know Philip Williams has been on.
Yes. In fact, Michelle's going to be back on tomorrow. But
we've had three. We've had Philip Williams, we've had Michelle, Holly, and we've had Suzanne Long.
And Matt Ham.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah, he called it. He came in. Yes. So we've had four.
Okay.
Yeah. But everyone has been. Has been invited.
Everyone was sent an email, and I will tell you that some of the emails bounced back on a couple of them. So,
I'm just curious. Someone's running that's been on the board, was appointed on the board, and has a problem answering emails.
Well, you know,
you had a reply from him.
I meant to. No, his bounced.
Okay.
Because
don't answer emails.
I was going by the emails that were listed with the Board of Elections, and evidently his was an old one. And I really need to get his correct one and send him an email, because I want to make sure that everyone knows that they're welcome to come on the show.
Absolutely.
Whether they do or not, that's up to them.
Mm-hmm.
But I want everyone to know they're welcome.
And I hope the ones that are running for re-election or that are coming, you know, that in his case, come on so that the public has a chance to ask some questions and get some truth and some faint rumors, whatever it is, out there from him directly.
Yes. Well,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Lee.
Maybe he'd like to come in and set the record straight. That would be good.
Well, I think it would, because anyway, my thoughts about it are personal. But I do want to remind everybody, as you've been doing and Joe's been doing, and Rick has, go out and vote in the primaries, people, because those are the people that you're going to vote for later on in the year.
Yes.
So please go vote.
Yeah, I have a feeling this primary is going to be a low vote. So we'll see.
And that's the sad thing. We all have a right to do something you can't do in other countries, and we just sit back and go, somebody else will vote. Don't worry about it.
And there'll be early voting, so there's no reason why people can't go vote.
Yeah, I really do think they need to, that early voting maybe to reduce it. 13 days, 14 days, that's a lot.
It's too much.
Why don't we just do
Do a week.
One time, do a week?
Yeah, I say we didn't need to be 2 weeks. Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. Is there any chance you could get Jason on from the Board of Elections before?
I will try and see.
We'll try. I'm not sure. I know it's a little difficult sometimes.
He's
His
really
schedule now,
busy
he's
right
very
now,
busy.
yes.
So we'll see what we can do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
okay.
You have a good day. I know
Thanks.
time short,
Yep,
so
we're signing off. Thank
Chris,
you.
as always. Bye.
All right. Well, we've come to the end of our show. We appreciate everyone for listening to us. We will be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Meanwhile, stay tuned for the Daily D's, Rick D's, and at 3 p.m. we have Chris Hollywood Man. Everyone have a great day. We will see you tomorrow, and stay safe.
Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.